Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Stark Effect. I am your host, yours truly, Khalif Starks, and I'm so excited to be back tonight with another episode. First of all, let's do some housekeeping, you all. Let's check in. All right, how was y'all day? I want y'all to drop down in the comments and let me know. I am recording on, let's see, it is Tuesday, July 22nd, okay, in the evening. And I had a pretty good day today. As I was watching back my other videos or like looking back at them, I was like, first of all, I just want to say thank you all for the views, right? The Nicki Minaj video did great, and my Operation Auntie's interview that I did for our weekly also was, people are really watching. So thank you for watching that. I do want to apologize for butchering the name of Melissa De Sousa. She is one of the actors in Operation Aunties. I butchered her name a little bit, so I do apologize for that. Also, too, thank you for those three who took the time, and thank you to Film Good organization. That's an initiative of Walk Good LA, and that opportunity was introduced to me from the director of Film Good, Ray Love Jr. So if you see this, thank you so much for inviting our weekly and me to report on that particular movie for All Black. All Black is a digital streaming service. So anyways, I hope you all enjoy the interview. The story is going to be coming out on Thursday for our weekly's newspaper. Once again, I want to give a disclaimer that my work for our weekly is separate from the work that I do here for myself for the Stark Effect. So while I do work for our weekly, and I'm talking about it here on my podcast, the work is separate. You know, I just posted the interview because I conducted the interview, of course. But the Stark Effect is its own thing, and our weekly is my job. Any of the opinions that I have through my commentary on this podcast are not a reflection of who I work for, our weekly newspaper, Los Angeles. So yeah, those are a few of my little housekeeping / disclaimers or whatever there. And thank you once again for coming back. But back to my first question. As you all know, I do enjoy to rant. I'm doing good. I'm having a great week. I'm feeling really productive, and I'm excited to be back. I got a little bit of rest, although the weekend was fun. I went to the beach. I went to Mission Beach in San Diego with a friend of mine and her friends. Shout out to her. We had a great time. I love her dearly. And she's also a fellow reporter who's doing amazing. And she works in Illinois, and I'm going to brag about her because she's my friend and I support my friends. Okay, I am a girl's girl. I'm not a jealous girl. Okay, I support all my friends genuinely. And I got to hang out with her, and this week is like off to a great start. Before we begin, drop down in those comments. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how you're feeling. If there are any topics that you want me to discuss, do not be shy. Tell me, yo, Khalif, pay attention to this. This happened here. Let me know. I'm only one person. We're back to a one-woman show. The first season of Stark Effect, I had a lot of help. You know, I had producers who were kind of helping me keep an eye on things, although I did pick a lot of the topics on my first season of the Stark Effect. You can go back and watch those, by the way. I did those at USC Annenberg in graduate school. So yeah, go back and check those out. But you know, my producers also played a part in helping me choose those topics, and it was a team effort. So now that I'm back on my own, I am working out those kinks again. Anyways, let's go ahead and let's get started with some of our topics that are in the news. And as you all know, before we begin, I really enjoy entertainment news and also national stories. So let's see what we got. So our first topic will be Malcolm-Jamal Warner. He did pass away on Monday morning. It was announced. It was broken by TMZ. He is best known for his role as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show. So he did pass away. A few hours ago, People.com, aka People Magazine, actually figured out Malcolm-Jamal Warner's exact cause of death, and they confirmed it through an autopsy completed in Costa Rica. And they got an exclusive from the police there. Now, you all know I wear glasses, all right? I was trying to figure out how to avoid that glare. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get into it here. According to People, the actor died suddenly at the age of 54 on July 20th during a family vacation in Costa Rica. That is where he passed away. Just to give credit where credit is due, this article was written by Angela Andeloro, Lisa Esquarias, and Sean Mandel. And if I butcher your name, I do apologize. So what we need to know, once again, Malcolm-Jamal Warner died during a family trip to Costa Rica on July 20th. The actor best known for his role as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show was once again 54. The Costa Rican police confirmed to People that his autopsy had been completed on July 22nd. So let's do a little bit of digging. Authorities are revealing the official cause of Malcolm-Jamal Warner's sudden death. The Judicial Investigation Agency, also known as OIJ, confirmed to People that the actor's autopsy was completed on Tuesday, July 22nd, which showed that he died from accidental asphyxiation by submersion. This comes one day after a source told People that Warner was body surfing in the water during a family trip in Costa Rica at the time of his death. Here is a quote from the OIJ. Once again, the OIJ is the Judicial Investigation Agency. The quote says here, the body will be removed from the judicial morgue by a funeral service company hired and authorized by Mr. Warner's family, the OIJ said. It was also Costa Rican National Police who formally identified the actor on Sunday, July 20th. They revealed the following day that Warner's cause of death was ruled as the result of drowning, pending the autopsy report. In a statement obtained by People on July 21st, the OIJ said, end quote, the victim appears to have entered the sea and was apparently swept away by a current. The man was rescued by bystanders and taken to shore, where he received treatment from the Costa Rican Red Cross. However, he was declared lifeless at the scene. So this is really, really unfortunate. It's really, really sad. Journalist hat off. That was my journalist hat on. Journalist hat off. You know, I did grow up watching the Cosbys, and you know, here's the thing: celebrities die, right? We all are gonna die. We all will face our mortality one day. You know, Melissa Ford, she is back in the day, early 2000s, video vixen. She's now a great podcaster. She works with the Joe Budden podcast, and she also has her own podcast called Hot and Bothered. She conducted an interview with Malcolm-Jamal Warner about 2 weeks, literally right before his death. I believe it was 2 weeks or about. I will go ahead and insert a clip here because it was, you know, before I insert the clip, it was like really sad and kind of eerie because one of the questions that she asked Malcolm was how or what did he want his legacy to be? You know, how did he want to be remembered? What did he want that to look like? And I'm paraphrasing. I'll go ahead and insert the clip here.
It's fragile, and in the blink of an eye,
you never know.
You never know. So speaking of legacy, what do you hope that your legacy is going to be? It's a tough question, huh?
Yeah, especially
Kids help with the
because
legacy question, right?
Yeah. I mean, and because I'm 54, I think about that a lot. So it's interesting. I remember my mother said to me one time that Mr. Cosby gave you immortality.
Facts. That is very true.
Right? So I know on one lane, there's legacy there. But also because my life, you know, those former years were always about life beyond Cosby, right? So I feel like, okay, there's that legacy there. But then because I've had this full life, you know, after that show, there's another lane of legacy that I get to leave. And I'm still working through that. There is part of me that I will be able to leave this earth, you know, knowing and people knowing that I was a good person. You know, and I talked to my dad, I talked to him yesterday, and what he said to me often, people love you and people are always talking about, you know, your career and your success and all of that. He said, but what really makes me the most proud is that you are a good person. And I hit it from my dad. It's like,
That's wonderful.
but I'm a good person because my dad's a good person. That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
It is possible to walk through this world, and with all of the darkness in the world, it is possible to maintain your soul and be a good person.
It is. It definitely is.
It's really, really sad. Back to my earlier point, as a Black person who loves media and entertainment, like many of us, I grew up on Malcolm-Jamal Warner's Theo Huxtable character, right along with, Bill Cosby and the rest of the gang. So, Claire Huxtable as well, because the Cosbys were like they are, such an example in media of the Black family. And they came at a time, in the 80s where that wasn't always put on a pedestal, right? It wasn't given that same media attention in television. The nuclear Black family that is successful, that is middle to upper class, educated, it really, it's really, really sad. It's really, really sad, we all know what happens to Bill Cosby. That is, and I'm laughing, it's a nervous laugh. I'm not laughing at the victims. I'm laughing because it's a hot mess. But, we all know what happens to Bill Cosby. And, I just think this situation, it shows you once again the mortality of all of us. Oftentimes when celebrities pass away, it was one of my followers on Instagram, they were making a point. And this person is actually a friend. I was watching his Instagram. Shout out to you. His name is Isaac. I love him. Isaac, he posted about Ozzy Osbourne's death. Ozzy Osbourne also died today as well. One of the things that my friend said is he was saying, some people judge people who have a connection to celebrity or are sad by celebrities' deaths. But he was like, what a lot of people don't understand is that no, like you got to think about the art that a person puts out. How was this person seen? What did they represent? And he shared on his Instagram page, which I love. He's so funny. He's amazing. He shared how him and his brother used to play garage band, and how, I believe it was garage band, how he and his brother used to play garage band, and there was an Ozzy Osbourne song that would play on the game, and that's how he learned the song and so forth, and how just that one moment opened up his musical taste to rock music, right? Now, I personally don't listen to rock music, but he was just saying how it's important to, give people grace who are saddened by people's death. And we can put that in conjunction with this conversation here about Malcolm-Jamal Warner. This is something that's affecting all of us. I was on Threads today, y'all, and I saw Nina Parker. I just saw so many people who posted about Malcolm-Jamal Warner's influence on us. And it's really, really unfortunate. I also saw another video of him driving in his car talking about how it's important to smile. I'm actually going to insert it here. Let's insert it here.
What's good? Yes, I got the flower in my hair. Today's my daughter's birthday. She put the flower there, so I'm rocking it. What? It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta. I just wanted to shout out and just spread some love and some good cheer. And life is out here lifing, right? For me and for everybody else. But just wanted to remind you, as I remind myself, that no matter what's going on, there's always a reason to smile. Like, if you just take a minute to stop and take stock, I guarantee you can find at least one reason to smile. And if for some reason you can't find a reason to smile, then that's probably the best time to be the reason for somebody else to smile. So, find a smile for yourself and be a reason for someone else to smile. That's all I got. Listen to love because it's been a minute. Peace and love, and I'll be back soon.
He was talking about how important it is to smile because life is too short. There's so much going on. And when I saw that video, it really humbled me, because I'm already a humble person. But I do think that sometimes in life we forget that we don't know when our last day will come. And that was something that Melissa talked about when she asked him her question about his legacy. She was like, anything could happen to any one of us any day. You know what I mean? So we have to just appreciate where we are. Side note, I apologize for the glare. I can't do anything about it, so bear with me. I don't have the glare-proof glasses. Here, let me see if I could dim the light here. Sorry to interrupt the show. Oh, yeah, as a chocolate girl, once again, we need our lighting. Okay, we're here. This light is like killing me. But it's really, really sad. So here is a quote from, let's see. Continuing the People article here, Warner was most recognized for his role as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show from 1985 to 1992. Speaking with People for 2023's Black History Month special, Warner shared his continued pride for the role the sitcom played in television history overall. Here is what he said. Prior to The Cosby Show, Black sitcom humor was predicated on being Black, the specificity of the Black experience. Though the Huxtables were clearly Black, reflected quite obviously by their dress, the Black art on the walls, the music, the family issues, all were universal, he's shared. And though Cliff, who was Bill Cosby, was a doctor, and Claire, Felicia Rashad, played by Felicia Rashad, was an attorney, the family dynamic was one that practically every family, no matter the ethnicity, socioeconomic status, or even family makeup, could find something to relate to. After The Cosby Show, the People really conducted a great report here. He appeared in Malcolm and Eddie from 1996 to 2000 with Eddie Griffin, and then played Alex Reed on Read Between the Lines with Tracee Ellis Ross from 2011 to 2017. More recently, Warner had starred in Major Crimes as Chuck Cooper, as Julius Rowe in Suits, and AJ Austin in The Resident 911 and Alert Missing Persons Unit. The actor also started the podcast in May 2024 and hosted it alongside Wusi Baraka and Candace Kelly, titled Not All Hood. Okay. So here are a few people who have spoken out. Morris Chestnut, who worked with Warner as fellow surgeons on the medical drama The Resident, shared several photos from their time on the show together alongside a very heartfelt note. Here is the note here. Heartbroken to hear about the passing of Malcolm-Jamal Warner, Chestnut captioned the post. Working alongside him on The Resident was an honor. He brought so much depth, warmth, and wisdom to every scene and every conversation. One of the nicest in the business. Rest easy. Brother, your legacy lives on. End quote. This is really sad, you guys. Let's see. Patrick J. Adams also shared his grief, calling Warner's death a painful loss, end quote. Here is his quote. We were blessed with countless incredible guest stars over our 9 years of Suits, he said. Continuing quote, but when it came to generosity of spirit, joy, and absolute commitment to every moment on and off camera, Malcolm was untouchable. I feel so lucky to have shared that time with him and send my deepest condolences to his friends and family. So it's really, really sad. The People posted an obituary and a lot of people left the comments that fans were showing love. R.I.P. to you, Malcolm-Jamal Warner here from The Stark Effect. And this is really, really sad. You all drop down below, send your condolences. On to our next topic here. The legendary Black Sabbath rock star turned reality TV personality, reality star Ozzy Osbourne has died at the age of 76. It was announced earlier today. And I do have a people.com report here to give more information about his death. I just want to say and correct myself and fact check here. Earlier, when I was going over Malcolm-Jamal Warner's death and, talking about that, I accidentally said that Ozzy Osbourne died at the age of 78. That is not true. He died at the age of 76 after fact checking here. Apologies for that mistake, y'all. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's stick into the article here. You all know I wear glasses. One day, she will get contacts. Okay, we gotta get the budget up though. Let me drink some tea first, because y'all know I talk a mile a minute, girl. Isn't this cup cute? It says K on it. Excuse my broken nail here. This is a mess. It says K on it. My friend's mother-in-law, although she's not married, they're not married. They are she, they pronouns. My friend's boyfriend's mother got me this cup for Christmas, so shout out to you, girl. I love this cup. It's one of my favorite mugs. I shouldn't be drinking it on this side, but hey. Hey, let's turn it this way. Some of my favorite mugs. Okay, let's get into Ozzy Osbourne here. Ozzy Osbourne, legendary rock star, Black Sabbath frontman, and reality TV personality, has died at 76. It is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. Osbourne's family told People in a statement on Tuesday, July 22nd. Continuing the quote here, he was with his family and surrounded by love. We ask everyone to respect our family privacy at this time, end quote. Weeks before his death, Osbourne performed from a throne at the Black Sabbath farewell concert on July 5th in Birmingham. In January of 2020, Osbourne revealed that he'd been diagnosed in 2003 with Parkinson's disease, a nervous system disorder that affects movement. At the time, he said, end quote, within a quote, "It's not a death sentence," end quote. Despite numerous health challenges over the years, in February 2025, Osbourne announced a farewell fundraising Black Sabbath concert in his hometown of Birmingham, England, set for July. It would be his final concert and his first in 20 years with the band that made him a star. His wife, Sharon Osbourne, said he's very happy to be coming back and very emotional about this. Parkinson's is a progressive disease. It's not something you can stabilize. It affects different parts of the body, and it's affected his legs, but his voice is as good as it's ever been. And this was at a time when he was unable to walk during a February interview per The Sun. Osbourne himself elaborated on his condition on his SiriusXM radio show, saying, "I have made it to 2025. I can't walk, but you know what I was thinking over the holidays. For all my complaining, I'm still alive. I may be moaning that I can't walk, but I look down the road and there's people that didn't do half as much as me and didn't even make it," end quote. And the article goes on to talk more about Ozzy Osbourne's health issues, but R.I.P. to Ozzy Osbourne. You know, it's a crazy time in news right now where we are seeing people who have worked in this industry pass away in music and television. It's really, really sad. Drop down below and let me know how you feel.